Hi, I'm Professor Marvin Kambuwa, Principal of Regent Business School. At last, I have the pleasure to welcome you personally to Regent Business School and in particular to our flagship program, the MBA. I know I can say with certainty that before deciding to register with us, you did a background check on Regent Business School and whether our MBA is the one for you. Most likely you talked to friends, to current and past MBA students from Regent and other business schools, and probably you even Googled Regent. I would not have expected less of a prospective MBA student. After all, an MBA is a lifetime investment, so it is important to make the right choice. In the process of researching our MBA, you will have collected more than enough information to convince yourself that this is where you want to be. And by now, you have received from us your module guides and other course information, which will have answered most of the questions that you might have had about the MBA program at Regent. For this reason, instead of repeating what you can read for yourself in your own time, in this welcome message, I would like to just share with you a few pieces of information that are truly personal. And my hope is that you'll find this information to be of practical use as you embark upon this challenging and yet very exciting journey. First, let me clear the air about one thing, the quality of the Regent MBA, because I know that even at this 11th hour, it is natural for you to ask, what guarantee is there that the Regent MBA is legitimate and relevant and that it compares favorably, at least with MBA programs offered at top business schools in South Africa? I would like to give you my personal assurance as principal that together with my colleagues at Regent, we have ensured that our business school is registered by the Department of Higher Education and Training, that our MBA program is accredited by the Council on Higher Education, which is also known as the CHE, and that our MBA program complies with the requirements of the South African Qualifications Authority, which some of you would know as SAQA, in terms of the National Qualifications Framework. Now, documentation pertaining to all this is available to you from us at your request. By the way, I'm also privileged to be a serving member of the Accreditation Committee of the CHE. As far as comparability of our MBA with MBAs offered by other institutions is concerned, for 6 years, I was director of the Graduate School of Business at one of the top public universities in KwaZulu-Natal. I can give you my assurance that the quality of our MBA compares most favorably with that of the MBA offered by that Graduate School of Business. Beyond that, as Regent's representative on the South African Business Schools Association, also known as SABSA, which is an association that brings together deans, directors, and principals of all accredited business schools and other MBA providers in South Africa, I continue to monitor developments at other institutions to ensure that Regent MBA retains its position among the best in the country. Now, having disposed of those two items then, what else can I share with you about our expectations of you with regard to the MBA? In other words, what are some of the things that you will perhaps not find stated explicitly in the documentation that you have been given? Let's take a look. While I hope that I've addressed your general expectations of a quality MBA that is comparable to the best in South Africa, it is my expectation that you will take charge of your learning. This may sound redundant given that you have already taken charge by coming this far with us. However, my experience has been that because of the loneliness of studying in a distance mode, it is not always easy for all students to maintain high levels of self-motivation and energy. My advice is familiarize yourself with the support staff and resources that Regent has put at your disposal. Make full use of these resources to your advantage. I'm often surprised at how some MBA students think they can do it alone, that they can learn and pass without reading the module guide, the prescribed material, and other recommended readings, or even that they can pass without attending scheduled workshops. And while on this subject, you will be within your rights to expect us to communicate with you on a regular basis on matters of importance to your studies. Communication can be in the form of snail mail, email, telephone, face-to-face, and other modes. As a student, you have access to our website where useful information is posted. As much as we try to know you as the unique individual that you are, the practicality is that this is not possible because of the sheer number of students that we have to communicate with on a daily basis. For this reason, I urge you to assist us to reach you by always informing us of any changes in your contact details. This will enable us to update our data and to ensure that we do not leave you out of the communication loop whenever there is important information to share with you. By the way, your student registration number is vital in helping us to identify who you are when we communicate with you. Quote your registration number whenever you initiate communication with us, whether it is written or oral communication. It will assist us to retrieve your file quickly and to provide you with the service that you require. There is a point that may sound trivial, but I would like to ask you to give it serious consideration. This is what it is. The MBA program covers many topics. Some of these topics you may be familiar with, others not quite so. If, like many other students we've had before, you're not comfortable with figures or calculations, I seriously recommend that you join a study group in your region. Now, if no groups exist, then consider setting up one with your colleagues. Students who have belonged to study groups have attributed their good performance to the contributions made by their study mates. This is particularly so with modules such as financial and managerial accounting, managerial finance, investment and portfolio management, and many others. At MBA level, study groups also present opportunities for business networking. This next point might sound even more trivial than the point about study groups. This relates to the presentation of your assignments. You expect your assignments to be assessed fairly and to be returned to you with speed. Now, through various means, we try to ensure that this is indeed the case. I would like to offer this personal word of advice to you. Even where there is no explicit instruction that your assignment must be typed, please type it. There are two immediate reasons for this. The first reason is that a typed assignment makes it easier for the marker to read every word you have written and not spend valuable time trying to decipher your handwriting. Make reading your assignment a pleasant experience for the marker. The second reason is that it is easier for the marker to give written feedback on a typed assignment. You will need this feedback in order to prepare for your examinations. And closely related to these two reasons for typing your assignment are further two reasons. These have to do with the link between the presentation of your assignment, and the preparation of your dissertation. Remember that at the end of your coursework, you will be required to submit a dissertation. My experience has been that students who use the assignments to practice good academic writing. If you type your assignments and use the correct referencing techniques, you will make it easier for your examiner to give you feedback on how to get it right. And by the time you write your dissertation, the skills to do it right will be almost second nature. How about timekeeping? You have already been given deadlines for submission of your assignments. Start working on your assignments as soon as possible. Do not wait. If you experience difficulties, seek assistance through our student support department. Often I have seen students penalized and lose marks because their assignments were submitted late. Remember that your assignment marks count towards your final marks. If you can get a good DP in your assignments, this will reduce the pressure on you during the final examinations. Regent provides opportunities to seek extension of time for assignment submission. Of course, this is subject to very stringent conditions. If the situation warrants, apply for extension, but remember that you still have to submit your assignment. Finally, something your tutors and most of our documentation will remind you of. This is a matter that is at the heart of academic honesty and scholarly endeavor. I'm talking about plagiarism, deliberately presenting the work of others without acknowledging the source. Make it a point to read your guidelines for writing assignments before you even start writing your assignments. There is no excuse for subjecting yourself to charges of plagiarism. If plagiarism is proven, it could cost you your place at Regent and destroy your chances of studying at any other higher education institution. Perhaps worse than this is the fact that an act of plagiarism on your part could put Regent's reputation at risk, as it would be assumed by observers that we condone acts of intellectual dishonesty. Safeguard your own reputation, the integrity of your institution, and the honor of alumni who have earned their Regent MBAs through honest academic achievement. I trust that you'll find my personal bits and pieces of information useful during your period of study with us. Persevere, and the rewards of your MBA will make the sacrifice that you make worth it. I wish you every success on your journey.